Chapter 11. The sun had just risen when JR took the kid and the baby out to his speeder. Zena hadn't said a word all morning, but Kath was giggling and playing with her toes like everything was roses. The two were still wearing the clothes Melody had put them in last night, bare feet and all. Zena climbed into the speeder's trailer, and JR set Cathro on her lap. Cathro laughed and tried to reach for him, but JR pulled his hand out of the way. No more cute looks pulling him in, no more attachments. All he had to do was drop them off. "Mr. JR?" came Zena's voice. "What?" JR put on his married shades as he mounted the speeder. "I'm sorry for being a nuisance. I didn't mean to." "Whatever." JR started his speeder. Keep a hard heart. It was time to get rid of this problem once and for all. "Mr. JR?" "What?" "Mr. JR, I know I'm a bad girl, and I'm sorry. You can send me away, but can you please keep Cathro?" JR flipped up his shades to look at her. "What?" "Cathro's not like me." Zena held up her sister as best as she could. "She's a good baby. Sure, she poops sometimes and cries sometimes, but she won't be bad. She's always laughing and everyone loves her. She likes it at your house. Whenever you go somewhere new, she cries a lot, but she went right to sleep here. She likes you, Mr. JR, so please, I don't want her to keep moving because of me." JR pulled his shades from his snout. "Kid, how old are you?" "5." "5?" JR turned his gaze to the woods surrounding his house. At 5 years old, he was too busy running around pulling girls' tails and making a mess. He didn't care 2 pence about anyone else. How could she be thinking that way about her sister at her age? He clenched his teeth as a groan escaped him. He couldn't drop them off. After all, she wasn't like him, whose parents had dumped him on Mr. Withers because they couldn't handle him anymore. She wasn't so bad. He snorted and slipped his shades back on his face. "Who said I was getting rid of you anyway?" But you said—" One of Zena's ears angled down. "But then, where are we going?" "You gotta eat, right?" JR started off. Zena's smile stretched across her face. "Thank you, Mr. JR. She threw her arms around his neck. "Hey!" JR snarled at her. "Don't be standing up back there when I'm driving." "Sorry." Zena sat back down. "You hear that, Cat? We get to stay." Catherine gave a huge laugh and kicked her feet. JR watched him in the rear view, a grin crossing his face. He quickly wiped it away. "Laugh now, but this ain't no free ride, kid. Don't know what I'm gonna do with you yet, but you better shape up and pull your weight or you're out of here. Got it?" "Okay." Zena gave him the biggest, brightest smile he'd ever seen. Her weight slammed onto JR's shoulder. He knew, he was certain, he would never be rid of those 2 girls for as long as he lived.